Hello everyone, my name is Kishan Agarwal. Today I am going to present my concept video of programming for problem solving using C, and my topic is keywords in C. So we are going to see what are keywords in C, different keywords in C, and uses of different keywords in C. So what are keywords in programming? Keywords are predefined reserved words used in programming that have special meanings to the compiler. Keywords are parts of the syntax and they cannot be used as an identifier. So what is an identifier? Identifier is a name given to a particular variable. So we cannot give variables the names of keywords. That means keywords have a predefined meaning, so we cannot assign it to a variable. So a variable or an identifier cannot have a name such as keywords. So these are the different keywords or reserved words in C programming. There are mainly 32 keywords in C programming. They are auto, break, case, char, and so on. So we are going to discuss one by one all the keywords in C. So uses of keywords in C. So first of all, we can define the keywords in different categories, or we can divide keywords in different categories such as data type keywords, storage type keywords, and different types of keywords. So first type we can define it as data type keywords. So as we know that there are different data types. See, here it is mentioned that data types in C. We know that there are three types of data types in C. There are primary data types, user defined data types, and derived data types. So primary data types are the data types which are char, float, int, double, void. So these are the primary data types which are used to define define a variable or an identifier. So char may be signed or unsigned. Similarly, float can be double or it may be long double. And coming to int may be short int, long int, signed int, unsigned int, long int, unsigned long int, and short int, unsigned short int. So we are going to see the keywords which are there here. See, here it is defined. Primary data type keywords are char, int, float, double, short, long, signed, unsigned, and void. These are the primary data type keywords which are predefined and they have predefined meaning in the C programming language. Similarly, derived data types like structure and union, we can define structures and unions using the keywords, predefined keywords. They are struct and union. And user defined data type keywords are typedef and enum, or an enumeration keyword, that is enum. So let us see one by one. Char is used to define a character type variable, or it is also used to define character type array. Similarly, int is used to define integer type data type or integer type array. Similarly, float is used to define a floating value identifier, and it also used to define float type array. Double is nothing but it contains 8 bytes, that is double of float, and it is also used to define a long int or long float, short, long, and signed, unsigned. Signed is used to define negative numbers and unsigned is used to define positive numbers. And void, it is a null type data type used to define, it is used in functions. If the function is not returning any value, we are going to use void data type. Derived data type, structures and unions. Structures are used, they are similar to arrays, but they contain or they have different data type variables. So we can say that structure is a continuous memory location which can store multiple data type variables. So structure is defined using the struct variable or struct keyword, and union is very similar to structure, but it is not a contiguous memory location. It has only single memory location, that is the highest or the data type which contains the highest number of bytes is stored in the union. That is, if we have defined three variables in a union, suppose int, float and char, so here float has the highest space, that is 4 bytes, so the space allocated for the union will be 4, or the size of the union will be 4. If the same keywords if the same variables are defined in the structure, then the space allocated for the structure will be the sum of all the individual data types which are assigned in that. So this is the difference between structure and the union, and we have seen that structure are defined by using struct keywords, and union are defined by using union keywords. In a similar manner, user defined data type keywords, they are typedef and enum. We are going to see them in detail. And one more thing, derived data types are pointers, arrays, structures and unions. These are derived using the basic or primary data types. They are char, float, int and double. So let us see enum. What is enum? In C programming, an enumeration type, also called as enum, is a data type that consists of integral constants. To define enum, the enum keyword is used. So to define an enumeration type of data type, we use enum keyword to define it. So by default, constant values of the defined, like constant 1, constant 2, in the enum function, they have default values 0, 1, 2 and so on. So we can change the default values of the enumeration data type during the declaration if necessary. So here it is an example. Enum is the keyword, week is the data type, that is, or we can say that it is a variable name, and in that week we have given Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, etc. They are the members. So Sunday by default it has a value of 0, Monday it has a value of 1 and Tuesday it has a value of 2, so on. So this is very easy to use, and we can use to get the number of, like, Sunday is of which number, like we can define it and we can get the answers. Next is typedef. The typedef is a keyword used in a C programming to provide some meaningful names to the already existing variables in the C program. It behaves similarly as we define that alias for the command. In short, we can say that this keyword is used to redefine the name of an already existing variable. So using typedef, we can change the name of the data type. Next are qualifier keywords. There are two qualifier keywords in C. They are constant and volatile. So const keyword is used. We use the const qualifier to declare a variable as constant. That means we cannot change the value once the variable has been initialized. For example, if we want to declare a constant variable, for example pi is a constant, so if we want to use the pi value, pi value same throughout the program, we'll define as pi as a constant using const keyword. So we'll define const pi and the value as 3.14. So if we try to change the value of pi anywhere in the program, it will give you an error. So that's how we can declare a constant variable. Objects declared with constant qualified types may be placed in read-only memory by the compiler, and if the address of a const object is never taken in a program, it may not be sorted at all. Next, coming to volatile. A volatile keyword in C is nothing but a qualifier that is used by the programmer when they declare a variable in source code. Volatile is totally opposite of constant. See, it is used to inform the compiler that the variable value can be changed anytime without any task given by the source code. So volatile is usually applied to a variable when we are declaring it. So the main reason behind the using volatile keyword is that it is used to prevent optimizations on objects in our source code. Therefore, an object declared as volatile cannot be optimized because its value can be easily changed by the code. So next, there are loop control structure keywords. There are 3 loop control structure keywords: for, while, and do. So using these 3 keywords, we can define 3 loops. They are for loop, while loop, and do while loop. So this is a flowchart showing the execution of for loop. So in for loop, we will first initialize the statement, that is initialization statement we have, and after initialization there is a test expression. If the test expression satisfies, then the code written in the body of the for loop will be executed, and after that update statement is written. So again, after updating the value, the test expression is again verified, and if it is satisfied, the loop goes on. Once the condition or the test expression fails, it comes out of the loop, that is, it exits the loop, and the statements written just below the for loop will be executed. Next is while loop. While loop functions in a similar way, but the initialization takes place outside the for loop, like outside the while loop. So initialization, and after that condition, if the condition is satisfied, the body inside the while loop will be executed, otherwise it will come out of the loop and execute the statements written below the while loop. So every program which is written in for loop will also can also be written in while loop. Next is do while. Do while is code inside the body of a do while loop. So first of all, the code is written. After executing the code, the expression or the condition will be checked. So if the condition doesn't satisfy, the code will be executed only one time. That means at least one time the code should be executed. So we use do while loop. So after executing the code, it will check the condition. If the condition satisfies, it will goes on in the loop, otherwise it will come out of the loop and the next expressions will be evaluated. The next type of statements are jumping control keywords. There are break, continue, go to. There are 3 keywords. Break. The break statement terminates the execution of the nearest enclosing do, for, switch, or while statement. So in which it appears control passes to the statement that follows the terminated statement. So especially break statement is used in while loop, do while loop, for loop, switch statements. So it is always used to terminate the loop, and it is always given using a if statement. That means a condition is given to terminate the loop, as it is given while test expression. So some code is written in that, and a particular condition is assigned using if statement. So if condition to break, if that condition written in the if statement will satisfy, then the break statement will be executed. So after executing the break statement, it will directly come out of the loop and execute the statements which are written below the while loop. Similarly, in a do while loop, the condition is written using if statement, and after satisfying the condition of if, it will come out of the loop. And the same case in for loop. Next, continue. The continue statement skips the current iteration of the loop and continues with the next iteration. The continue statement is almost always used with if else statement. It is also similar to break statement, but it does not terminate the loop, but instead it reinitialize the it will start the next iteration of the loop. So statements which are written below the continue statement in a loop will not be executed, and the next iteration will be started, as it is shown while test expression. If the condition written in the if statement satisfies, then continue statement will start the next iteration of the while loop. Similarly, in a do while loop and a for loop. Next is go to statement. The goto statement allows us to transfer control of the program to the specified label. The label is an identifier. When the goto statement is encountered, the control of the program jumps to the label and starts executing the code. What is label? Label is an identifier, and after writing the label we can write some statements in that. So if we want to use goto statement, we need to define a label so that we can assign a statement regarding like goto so and so label, so that the goto statement will execute the code written in the label. The next keyword types are storage class keywords. There are mainly 4 storage types in C. They are auto, static, extern and register. So let us see in detail. Auto, that is automatic. Automatic is a storage class in C which have a storage in memory, that is in RAM, or we can say that in stack. So default value, when we assign a variable using automatic, the default value of the variable will be a garbage value. That may be anything, any digit or any character or any special character it may be. The scope of the automatic variable or automatic storage class variable will be local to the block in which the variable is defined. It will only be used, or it will only be, the scope of the variable will be in the block in which it is defined. Next is life, till the control remains within the block in which the variable is defined. After it comes out of the block in which it is defined, the memory allocated to that variable will be deallocated. The next type is register. Register is a very important storage class. So when we define a variable using register, the space allocated or the memory allocated to the variable is in CPU register, and same, the value, default value for the register variable will be garbage value, and register execution time will be much faster than the automatic type. And the scope, local to the block in which the variable is defined, and the control or the lifetime will be till the control remains within the block in which the variable is defined. After coming out of the block, the value will be terminated. Next is static. Static storage class variable will be stored in memory, that is RAM, and the default value will be 0. If we do not initialize the value with the variable with the value, then the garbage value, here no garbage value will be initialized. Instead 0 will be initialized, or 0 will be taken as the default value. The scope of the static will be local to the block in which the variable is defined, but the lifetime will be throughout the function in which it is defined. Extern. Extern is also a storage class, which is also, the memory is also allocated in the RAM, and the default value of the extern is also 0. Scope is global, that means in the file which it is defined, we can use it anywhere in the file in which it is defined. As long as the program execution does not come to an end, the memory allocated to the variable will not be deallocated. The next keywords are statement control structure keywords. They are if, else, switch, case, default. These are the 5 keywords regarding statement control structure keywords. So as you know that if else statements, to write an if else statements we require 2 keywords, if and else. So if condition, then the block of statement, else a block of statement. Similarly, we have switch case default statement, that is switch keyword, case keyword and default keywords are used to write a switch case statement. The next keyword is return. The return keyword is very useful. The return statement terminates the execution of a function and returns control to the calling function. Execution resumes in the calling function at the point immediately following to the call. A return statement can also return a value to the calling function. A return statement causes your function to exit and hand back to the caller function. The return statement is used when a function is ready to return a value to its caller. So this is a image showing how the value is returned using return statement. When a function is called, the function is called and it will be executed, and the return statement terminates the function, and if a value is given to the return statement, that will be passed to the caller function. The last keyword of the C is size of. Size of is a keyword, or we can say it is an operator, which is the most common operator used in C. It is a compile time unary operator and used to compute the size of its operand. It returns the size of a variable. It can be applied to any data type like float type, pointer type variables, and when the size of function or operator is used with the data type, it simply returns the amount of memory allocated to that particular data type. The output can be different on different machines, like a 32-byte system can show different outputs, while 64-byte system can show you different for the same data type. Thank you.